If you know this slang, your Spanish is excellent. In this video, we're going to take a look at slang from all over the Spanish-speaking world. Let's see how you do. Número uno, plata, plata. Plata means money, and it's used in countries like Colombia, Peru, or Argentina. So, for example, I could say to you, no tengo plata. I don't have money. Plata literally translates to silver. However, in an informal context, plata just means money. Número dos, buena onda. Buena onda can be used in countries like Mexico, Argentina, or Chile, and it just means nice or a good vibe. For example, tu profe es buena onda. Your teacher is cool or a good vibe or nice. Let's say one of your friends lends you some plata. You could say, oye, gracias, amigo. Qué buena onda. Hey, like, what good vibes. Thanks. Gracias. Número tres, my. My means dude or bro, and this is used exclusively in Costa Rica. For example, ¿todo bien, Mai? All good, bro? Or ¿cómo estás, Mai? How are you, man? Or how are you, dude? Número cuatro, parcero. Parcero also means dude, bro, or guy, but it's used in Colombia. For example, ¿qué más, parce? What's up, bro? Or ¿qué más, parcero? Número cinco, pololo or polola. Pololo means boyfriend. Polola means girlfriend in Chile. For example, ella es mi polola. It's important to note that in the Spanish-speaking world, many native Spanish speakers consider Chilean Spanish to be some of the hardest to understand. So if you're not already familiar with some basic Chilean slang phrases, I highly recommend that you Google those after this video. They're a lot of fun and very interesting. Before we continue, I'd like to thank italki for sponsoring today's video. I have personally been using italki since 2020. A huge amount of the videos here on this channel were filmed with teachers from the italki platform.
¿De dónde sos?
Soy de California.
¿Y desde chiquito hablas en español o cómo fue la historia?
No, empecé en
¿Cómo?
la prepa. Bueno, en la secundaria.
Sí, en la secundaria en Argentina, claro.
The number one thing you can do in order to improve your Spanish quickly is to take one-on-one personalized lessons with a native teacher, which is exactly what italki offers. As an online language learning platform, italki connects you with native speakers all over the world. You'll go from using a textbook or app on your phone to actually having real conversations with real people.
En Ecuador, guagua significa niño.
Por
Sí,
eso-
si estás en Ecuador, no digas autobús como guagua.
Claro. Ay, a mí me encanta esa guagua. ¿Cómo?
Sí.
All the teachers are very supportive and they tailor lessons to your specific level so that you don't feel overwhelmed or nervous. And to be honest with you, my Spanish improved a ton once I started filming videos with italki teachers here on this YouTube channel. And I have to say that massively improved my Spanish.
Ya estoy un viejito, estoy casi calvo, no manches.
Y a ver, vamos a decir, soy un viejito.
Eso,
El
¿ya ves?
famoso. Lo encontré.
Also, you can just pay for one class and see how it goes. You don't need to pay for a subscription or anything like that. It's super easy to book a lesson with a teacher and see who is the right fit for you. Practice with the teachers will help you chat with your abuela, relatives, and friends in Spanish or any other languages you've always wanted to speak.
En México se hablan más de 100 lenguas, ¿verdadero o falso?
Yo sé que hay más de como 69 o algo así, pero más de 100 no creo. Falso.
No manches, 60, dijiste 69, 68, wow.
I've been recommending italki for years now. So click the link in the description to start learning with them in 2026. When you spend $10 for your first lesson, you get $5 for free when you use the promo code NATE. The discount is only available for the first 50 people to sign up, so make sure you join now. Gracias. I highly recommend you check out italki, and thanks again to italki for sponsoring today's video. Número 6, pilas. Pilas literally means batteries, and it can be used in Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador. And when you tell someone pilas or ponte las pilas, it just means be alert or be on the lookout, be ready, ponte las pilas. You could also say something like pilas con la tarea, be on top of your homework or stay on top of it. Número 7, majo or maja. Majo or maja is used in Spain, and it just means nice. For example, tu vecino es majo. Your neighbor is nice. Número 8, vaina. Vaina comes from Caribbean Spanish, so somewhere like La República Dominicana or maybe Venezuela or Colombia. And a vaina is just a thing. Now, kind of like in Mexico, where una madre could be a thing, like ¿qué onda con esa madre? What's up with that thing? In the Caribbean, vaina is kind of that equivalent. It just means thing, and it can be used in many different situations. For example, esa vaina no sirve. That thing doesn't work. So like I said, in Mexico, we might say something like madre, esa madre no sirve, whereas in the Caribbean, we could say something like esa vaina no sirve. If you're a Caribbean Spanish speaker, I would love for you to leave a comment on this video explaining the word vaina a bit more and how you would use it in the Caribbean. Número 9, cachar. Cachar could be used in a country like Chile or Ecuador, and it means to get or to understand. So for example, in Chile, you might hear something like, ¿cachai lo que digo? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Now notice how they're saying cachai. That's because the Chileans have some pretty weird conjugations. I myself couldn't speak with them. However, if a Chilean were to speak to me, I think I could more or less understand what they're saying. I could cachai. In Mexico, we would conjugate that verb cachar as cachaste, which people don't really say unless it's a very informal setting. But in Chile, it's very common to hear that phrase of cachai. Like, you understand what I'm saying, or you know? Número 10, guagua. Guagua in the Caribbean means bus. So, vamos en la guagua. Let's go in the bus. Also, I'm pretty sure that a guagua in Chile can be a baby. I would argue that the word guagua is the absolute best in the entire Spanish-speaking world for the word bus. You know, in Mexico, you could maybe say something like autobús, camión, camioncito, but I just think guagua sounds so fun. So, good job to the countries that use the word guagua. Número 11, la neta. La neta is used in Mexico, and it just means the truth or honestly. So for example, la neta, no quiero ir. Honestly, I do not want to go. Or I could say something like, neta? Neta. Really? Or for real? Seriously? Neta. Yes, for real. Seriously. Número 12, pasarse de lanza. Pasarse de lanza. Pasarse de lanza is also used in Mexico, and it just means to go too far or to be unfair. So for example, la verdad, güey, te pasaste de lanza con tu hermano. Honestly, man, you went too far with your brother. That was not cool. That was unfair. Not cool. Te pasaste de lanza. Número 13, janguear. Janguear can be used in a country like Puerto Rico or La República Dominicana, and it just means to hang out, coming from English, janguear. For example, vamos a janguear esta noche. We're going to hang out tonight. Número 14, ser la leche. Ser la leche means to be amazing or to be awesome, and this is used in Spain. For example, tu presentación fue la leche. Your presentation was awesome. It was incredible. Fue la leche. And finally, número 15, quilombo. Quilombo can be used in a country like Argentina or Uruguay, and it means a mess. For example, mi cuarto es un quilombo. My room is a mess. How many of these did you know? Leave a comment down below. Also, if you'd like to learn more Spanish with me, click the link in the video description to join our Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy. Our goal is to help you have a 10-minute conversation in Spanish in 90 days without feeling unconfident. Check it out by clicking the link in the video description or by going to SpanishWithNate.com. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.